familiar. I got it at home. I'll give it to you. Don't buy it or nothing. I give you my book because I just finished it. I bought it.
Okay.
So I'll give it to you. You keep it until you finish it, and if you know somebody else that want to read it, I'm a strong believer in.
She's like, I know that's right.
When I tell you this book, I saved the last 2 pages just because I didn't want it to end.
Oh man, it was
And
that good.
I read. I love books.
Yeah.
I'm in this group called Black Girls Read Too on Facebook.
What's up.
I love Barnes and Noble. Ooh.
I need to get back to reading like real
I
books.
haven't been able to read for
reading,
leisure
like,
for so
self-help
long.
books and, like,
I do a lot
how-to
when I'm
books and
traveling.
shit.
Like when I'm in Costa Rica, when I was in Mexico, when I was in Miami, when I was in LA. I bring a book everywhere I go.
That's why I'm trying to travel, man. Some more. I mean, I travel a lot already, but it's like I need to do different shit. Like I'm tired of doing the same.
Belize that because you go to Belize so much.
Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Mississippi. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to go like.
What you do in Mississippi?
I got family in Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
I got. Oh, but they so damn ghetto. I love them. they the hood in me that you know what I mean, that I be wanting to find when I'm here when they ain't, you know what I mean, around. But
what's your favorite place
in Mississippi?
No, just generally. Do you travel? Because you travel a lot, right?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I would say.
What's your favorite place in the U.S. that you've been
Atlanta.
to?
I really like Atlanta. I just like the feel of Atlanta. I like the way the people are. I just like the way it feels. It got a different type of air for me. I don't know. But then you got to remember, I haven't been to Miami yet.
Oh, I was just
I hate
Miami.
California.
When I tell you I hate Miami, I hate Miami.
Really? Why?
Oh, it's so pretentious.
Oh.
Their wealth.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that you are valued.
I see.
I can't do it. I don't like that beautiful things are relegated to the super wealthy.
Right.
In Miami.
Do you think that's because a lot of people say the economy was built off of cocaine?
Yeah. It could be, but it's a huge American thing though, that the pretty things are relegated to the wealthy.
Right.
Costa Rica, so far, I haven't traveled the world enough yet to say anything. But one of the things I like about Costa Rica is all these fantastic beaches are open. They're not lined with resorts.
Right.
And that is huge because people that live there like living there. Right. They're not like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Mexico, I noticed the people that live there really want to leave because
it's so touristy.
It's so touristy.
But it all depends on what part of Mexico you live.
I was just in Puerto Vallarta. I've only been there once, so
I love people.
I am not an expert.
My grandma she was born in Mexico. She was born in Chetumal, Mexico.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know Chetumal, Mexico.
I want to go there now. Now I want to go there.
It's the most beautiful place you've ever been to in your life.
Send me a link. I'm so serious because the thing about go ahead.
And it's not and I understand what you mean by like the touristy, you know what I'm saying, type places and shit like that. Because I feel like our beaches is full of bullshit. You know
I don't
what I'm
like
saying?
it, and they're dirty. How about that?
Exactly. You feel me?
They're dirty
and
full of janky promoters trying to sell you shit for
like all
what
that
is it? Eventbrite.
Right.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah.
But like
that's a scam
I really
and don't
understand like what you mean, like as your sense of like being able to go to the beach and just being like on a native, like it's two different feelings from a native beach and a tourist beach.
Thank you. Yeah,
like,
that's it.
When you go on a native beach, that bitch is more busting because it's, first of all, it's not even really about the people. It's just about the environment.
Yeah.
And like when you go on the beach where it's like, it's I think it's more where you can like meditate and it's more calmer and you can enjoy it more when it's not as touristy or it's not as full, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it has too much shit going on. Like you got a whole bunch of bars right here. You know what I'm saying? Like
now I do want the bars on the beach.
But
let's not go crazy.
No. But it's a way that you can have them bars and it still have, you know what I mean, the value of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big difference.
It's a really big difference. So I totally understand what you mean by that, because in Belize you got both. You can go to the island where it's like a whole bunch of shit going on, you know, but it's still not bad though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just got a whole bunch of barefoot bars. You know what I'm saying? It's so nice.
Love that. I mean, I'm talking when we were in Costa Rica, I barely had on like actual clothes or shoes.
That's how it's supposed
because
to be.
you could just walk up. We put on our like. I'm with my.
I'm so salty.
I was with my 65-year-old.
You gonna look? We gonna take
in over a year.
But we just walk up the beach. Like where you want to eat, we'll just try. We just walk up the beach, eat somewhere. So we basically in our bathing suit and some shoes, and then eat lobster on the beach, and then oh my goodness, and nothing is expensive, and that's what kills me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can go to wherever y'all about to go to. But I got back from Costa Rica after like one of the hotels I stayed at. It was called Shannon by the Beach. The rooftop pool on this hotel was it's the best picture I've ever posted on the internet. It's it's fantastic. And it's fantastic. And it was $152 a night.
Wow.
And it included breakfast and 50% off spa services.
Oh,
so my massage was probably $40.
That's decent.
And the breakfast wasn't no buffet. It was some super local, amazing breakfast. All included at 100. And the room was huge with a balcony where you go out on. I mean, like you can't beat this. It had a private beach plus a rooftop pool.
See, that's the type of shit
$150 a night. I get home. A couple weeks later, one of my girls like, "Ooh, let's take the kids to Ohio." I was like, "Okay." This Holiday Inn was $325 a night.
I
said,
that.
Hell no, we ain't going.
Half the shit that it
don't got nothing.
Oh my god!
Right.
And it's a Holiday. Wait, let me.
Nothing.
It's a Holiday Inn in Ohio for $300. I said, "There's no way. There's no way.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no
Right.
way."
Money on a Ohio hotel, and it's like you bougie.
But then you gotta
that's not bougie.
You gotta remember, Ohio, they ain't really got shit going on, so they gotta.
So it shouldn't be $300.
It
should have been $89.
They ain't making no money.
It should have been $89.
Hey, ever since LeBron left again, they ain't got no
Exactly. $300 and some dollars to stay at a Holiday Inn in freaking Ohio.
That's crazy.
I was like, you see how angry I am? Like,
bro, I ain't never paid no $300 for no Holiday Inn. Period. Nowhere.
I was like, I don't care. I said, I ain't going. You can. I don't care what I can afford. I could take my kids to Costa Rica or Mexico or Puerto Rico and show them something pretty for $200 a night. I'm not doing this $300 a night in Ohio where it get cold. You crazy?
Yeah, that's
this country so motherfucking
backwards. Fucking backwards as fuck.
But the more Americans keep going to other countries and making them become American, all that stuff gonna keep going up. Because that same hotel now is $300 a night.
Motherfuckers better get their dual citizenship, because when shit hit the fan here, you need to be a citizen somewhere else.
You ain't never
because they gonna try to fucking really like.
I just wanted to get it in Ghana.
You could do that.
That's my goal for 2022 in real life.
You might have to. I don't know. Unless you marry a
Ghanaian.
You feel me? You feel me?
I'm joking.
Slurp, slurp.
Joke.
Slurp, slurp.
This is a joke.
Exactly.
So anybody who don't realize this is a joke, hit my DM.
Hey, that's 100 though. Like, that's real talk.
Drop your social media.
I mean, you might have to
I'm
sacrifice
5'4",
you know what I mean?
chocolate. So I hope nobody over here trying to get me to do anything.
Oh baby, shit. Hell yeah. But I'm telling you that shit really gonna come in handy, because
it really
it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be fucked out here.
My aunt has an apartment in Costa Rica, and I already said
and that's the best thing to do, is get you some property out the country.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you think about it, Okay, well,
All of us got wrist
what if some
tattoos.
shit happened here? You feel me? What if
Oh, shoot, all of us got wrist tattoos.
Squirrel.
like what's going? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you don't want to be unprepared. That's all I'm saying. You know, even if you are not able to do a lot of stuff, you know, just try to invest.
At least
try to save up.
Or at least
to
have
try
your
to-
passport.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
the
one thing.
first step.
But I'll give you a little piece of also, if you flee the country during times of unrest. One of the things I found out when my Arbery case and what's the George Floyd, when all of that happened, black people can leave this country and get refugee status someplace else. You know that, right? I hope every black person knows this. You can flee this country and get refugee status someplace else because we are literally under attack. And other countries realize this.
Yeah.
So if you leave this country and you go someplace and get refugee status, I read an article about a young black man that did this in Canada.
wow.
I'm not kidding.
See, this is
If
good
I'm offended, I'm terrible at remembering stuff.
No,
but
you're
I
good.
really found this young black man did this. He left. He went to Canada and applied for refugee status, and he was approved because the truth is, it's not safe. all the
It's
time.
not. It's really not.
And you can still get your passport at the American consulate, where whatever country you end up at, if you in Texas and you closer to Mexico, wherever you are, you can go to the consulate and still apply for your passport if you currently don't have one. Just take your birth certificate and stuff with you whenever you flee, and you can still get your passport so that when shit gets better or when unrest, because during the riots and all that kind of stuff, some people fled. I was one of them that wanted to, but I didn't have the financial ability, and I have too many kids. But you can leave this country and get refugee status.
And I'm not sure. I think we had talked about this.
Talking about too many kids. Where?
Nigga, I got 6 kids. People, I just told her that this morning.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see them in
said,
your
yeah.
body. You look good. You look good. Hey, and you know that's one
cocaine
thing.
is a hell of a drug. You know what I'm saying?
And this joint was married for 23 years. Like
Yeah,
where?
I was married 23
One
years.
thing I could say
What?
about us
Yeah.
black women,
I was
like
married
we
23
really
years.
bounce back
Wow.
fucking good. Like
Oh,
we do.
yeah.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight like I normally do. But
That's
you know
okay
what?
though. That's okay
But
though.
you know what? During the day,
You got that cape on,
Right.
baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm okay. I got
I'm
my cape
Superman,
on.
bitch. This
Talk
motherfucker do the
about-
daytime shit.
You cry
But
yourself to
during,
sleep.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Mike Brown. During that Mike Brown case, a lot of countries in Africa started opening their doors and started developing these programs saying, "You all can come here."
Ghana is doing that.
Ghana was the one who was doing that.
Yeah, because that's where the Cape is. That's where most of us were. Most of our ancestors came
Yep.
out of that port in Ghana.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot. We can go home and get citizenship. I'm in 2 Facebook groups. There's women and moving, like these relocation to Ghana, like expats. A lot of us are going there.
Yep.
There's a whole subset of individuals that have said, F this. This HR manager, she did this whole blog about it. She was like, I've been in HR for 30 years, but when I went to visit Ghana, I felt at home and I went home.
See,
That feeling of home.
it's just that mindset. I guess I don't know.
I gotta
think
find out where
majority-
home is first before I can go home. Cause one of my homegirls who I swear I wish she was here because these conversations would be even deeper. But like she said, we have to realize we not all from the same tribe.
No.
So
Right.
you have to find
Right. Where
your
you from?
tribe.
Yeah.
So then you know how to
move forward.
how to move and how to mesh and how to communicate, you know what I'm saying, with your
Right.
tribe. It would be dope if I could find it.
And I always say that, like, we need a whole therapy
I see
session.
Somalia right here.
We need some meds.
with
We
y'all
need all that
noses and
shit.
stuff. I mean, like sometimes if you really look at certain countries, because it's a plethora of countries in the continent of
Yeah.
Africa.
It's one
So
of the
like I
biggest-
noticed my features resonate the most with either Ghanaian or Nigerian.
Yep.
And I even had doctors like, where are you from?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you talking about? Like, they was looking at me and my kids, and they be like, no, where are you from? Like, the west side of Chicago? Like, I don't know what to tell you. But, like, I swear you're, and he picked up my daughters. You look like my niece. You're so beautiful. You just remind me of home. And he was Nigerian.
But you got that
like,
look, bro.
And
Like,
you do have those features.
You know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
yeah.
Like, them features is like on point.
I'm going home. No, don't worry. I'm going home.
Okay. Like,
But like,
that shit.
look at the Sudan for y'all
Yeah.
noses and features and
Yeah.
stuff. I would look at the Sudan. I would look at Somalia.
Why don't you do Ancestry.com?
Nah, that ain't gonna help
Because
you.
you know,
Because
I fucked my parents. My
I
mom
feel like
did
they
it
can
and my
razzle
dad.
dazzle and
They can say
sprinkle
anything.
anything on a
Funny you
piece
say
of
that.
paper.
And it's funny because they kept my mom's DNA.
Yeah,
because
I don't
they
like
said
that. Go
Yeah.
to
That
Africa.
they was trying
Go
to
to that continent.
see what
and
else.
see what they have.
Yeah.
That could, because I'm sure they have something similar that
Yeah.
they've created.
Because not
with
only
African
when Jasmine,
DNA.
when you said that about
You know what?
collecting
That's a good
DNA,
idea. I'm gonna do
not
it.
only that, and they're getting that information based on a not a lot of factual things. They're just taking generalizations from the people that were. They're taking the generalizations of who came from what port during the slave trade.
Right.
But they was
Because there's no real records they kept.
records.
They
That
just
shit got all
none.
mixed
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
just
Because
look,
you could have traveled from the east coast of the continent all the way over there, but that's where they picked you up. So
And one of
I
the
feel like we a big ass box of fucking
chocolate.
of a puzzle. You know them little small 1,000-piece puzzles. That's what I feel like we are as a people, and we all fucking mixed up.
Not only that, but you got to realize when they were stealing us and bringing us over there, they were literally disintegrating entire tribes.
Right.
So it's possible that there's no one left from
Yeah.
certain tribes or certain
Yeah,
areas
motherfuckers
and
was
stuff
getting
like
thrown
that.
off the boat and shit.
Yeah,
all
and
jumping off that
choosing
bitch.
death.
Killing
I
right.
hope I was, those of us alive are the descendants of those who said, I
Fuck
won't
that.
choose death. I'm
Yeah.
going to
Trust me, I know.
But
'cause
I
be
think
like,
I
fuck
would have
that.
chose death. I would have
Right. Yeah.
bury me in with my ancestors
Right.
in the sea. Like, nah.
But damn, we just I don't
Sometimes
know,
it's a hard thing to kind of to differentiate between, because I thought about that and I'm like, okay, the people who decided they was going to either start mutiny on the boat and overthrow what I'm saying, the slaveholders, the slave masters, or the ones that said, okay, we got to survive, because if we don't survive, our generations of people will die. And I was thinking to myself, which one would I choose? Would you say, you know what? Because if those people didn't decide to survive, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So it's
But
kinda
think
hard
about
to-
it. You
That's
have
what
to
they
look
said
at it
in
like
that
this.
show.
Also, when we still had the land mass, you know what I'm saying? Before the continents all broke off, it is scientific proof that there were people who traveled by foot.
Yeah.
From so
Yeah.
everybody didn't come as a slave.
Right.
I
You know what I'm
think
saying? Everybody
some
didn't
people
come
was
as a
already
slave.
Here,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then they just brought some extra motherfuckers over here
It is
and
proven
mixed them up
That's
because
a-
we looked alike.
It is proven that the Moors were everywhere.
Right.
I
But
just
also,
interviewed a Moor on
one-
my show.
One thing that is of note is the slave trade wasn't solely a European financial
Oh, it
move.
wasn't. Oh,
So
the Spanish was doing it too.
No.
Our people,
Yeah.
like them
So
Spanish
them
too.
them
But
prisoners
people at
of
the same
war,
time,
the
it was
prisoners
commerce.
of tribal wars were
commerce.
sold
Yeah.
off. So it's
That's
not all
right. That's all it is.
kidnapping.
It was commerce.
Right.
Here's what I learned about that though. So, when it came to you always hear about people saying, well, our people was selling our people too. So what happened was, the term slave is what kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Right.
So in Africa, a slave meant the same thing as a servant.
Thank you.
Just
Right.
like a maid means a servant, a bartender means a servant.
They didn't know what they would end up
Right.
happening.
So in Africa, Africans weren't beating their slaves. They weren't
Right.
raping their slaves. They weren't selling them away from their families. In Africa, a slave could rise to the rank of emperor.
Thank you.
And also a slave in Africa could have other slaves underneath him.
Yes.
What happened was, so these European monarchs and kings and queens, they came into Africa and they said, we have silks, we have spices, we have fabrics. We would like to trade some of these things for your slaves.
Yes.
So these African chiefs and queens said, okay, well, their definition of what a slave
Yes.
is. Okay, yeah, we got slaves. We'll let you all have some of these slaves. But the Europeans had a whole different definition of slavery. It was
Because
called,
they're sadistic and satanic.
right. Their definition was chattel slavery, which is property other than real estate. So not only did they start, so basically, once they did this trade and the African chiefs and queens found out what they were doing to their slaves, they began writing letters. And I can show you these letters that these African kings and queens wrote to these Europeans and said, you know, that's not what we agreed to. You know what I'm saying? Please stop, you know, mistreating our people. Also, you all are just coming in and taking people off the street. Some of these people that y'all taking ain't slaves. Europeans didn't respond, so then the Africans stopped doing business.
Yep.
So when the Europeans saw that, they looked at that as a declaration of war because they didn't abide by
That's
the trade.
some goofy shit.
That's how all that shit
That's
happened.
how all that, because
When they can't have their way.
even biblically,
Motherfuckers always forcing
slavery
shit.
was always around, even biblically.
True.
Right.
But your slaves weren't treated as property.
Right.
You would pierce their ear, and they could choose to, and a lot of them chose to stay because they got treated well.
They not being raped, they ain't being mutilated and crazy shit.
Well, maybe only in Egypt.
Satanic, no, it's the satanic shit because, like I said, those cursed whites, they are of the descendant of bad angels.
Right.
So of course,
I mean, but
they do stuff a whole different way.
they gotta do their shit bogus because that's how they get rewarded. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Until the
So,
time when
the
all
devil
that
rewards
you
his
think God
people
gonna
too.
continue to let his people, his chosen people,
Right.
would continue to? No, that's not gonna happen forever.
what
And
I'm
it
saying.
says they give you wound you in the head, we'll get you in the heel, but there's gonna be a death blow, and we gonna be.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't pay attention to the fact that the Arabs were enslaving Africans for 1,000 years before the Europeans came along.
Yep. Everybody.
What is it called? The story of Moses.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
Come on.
what I'm talking about.
This is what they go back to. They took the Israelites.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's all the same thing.
It's all the same shit.
People that I don't know. A lot of people don't believe the Bible or don't follow Christianity and things like that, which is understandable because of what happens when the Europeans took control of the
then-
interpretation of it.
Man, and I went
Just
to the
as a
Vatican.
historical document, when we talk about things like that, when we talk about enslavement, we talk about European growth after clearly life began in Africa. Like,
Right.
Right.
it's just not
It's
even-
What's
like,
crazy
damn,
about the
stop
Bible
lying,
though
Joe,
is how
like-
much of it is actually missing.
yeah. And that can't be an accident.
Of course.
But I'm sure it's for the highly regard of the European who wants to continue to enslave since they did.
This is just wild that it's a whole set of motherfuckers across the world, not just one country, across the world, that feel like they are right and nobody else can be right. Like they can be the only set that's right and have control. Like that's just bullshit. Why can't
That's
people
some
just pop
mind
their
control
shit and do
y'all.
their own thing? Like who
Why can't
told
we
you was
coexist?
better than?
We can
Who told
never
you
we
it was
can
better
never
than?
coexist because we are the superior beings. Period.
And that's the part that they
it's
don't like.
always look.
And you know it's the black woman that's the most superior.
First of all, the black woman is on
God.
the top. Period. That's it.
And I'm not saying this out of because black men.
And I'm not apologetic
goal-
about that shit.
The whole roles according to once you read that book I was just telling you about, Temple of My Familiar, and you get a look into what the roles are. Black woman is king, is God.
Yep.
And black man is her protector.
Yep.
So they both have to have the immense power.
Right.
They both have immense power. And
Yep.
when the two find one another and align,
I feel like
come on, man.
I feel like the black man is the protector
why they
of
try to
like
destroy the black
the
family.
3D and like the
Of
physical
everything.
realm, and the woman is the protector of her man in the mental and the spiritual
she
realm.
gives him what he needs.
Right. That's
The
what I'm
black
saying.
woman,
Yep.
when I say black woman is God, I mean black woman is the core of what is good,
Right.
the core of what is right, the core of spirituality.
Yeah.
All
the
of that.
portal of
And
life.
then the portal of life.
Yeah.
So black man's protection of her requires an even greater power.
Yeah.
And people don't, because when we say black woman is God, people are like, oh, she thinks she better. No.
But
Black
see, that's
man's
because
protection of her requires
Right.
even greater power.
Right.
he
And
gotta
her-
be right.
Her
Period.
femininity gives, is like the sun. It gives
Yep.
him power. It gives him strength.
Yep.
And his masculinity, like the moon, protects her and draws her back to her center.
Yeah.
And when that all works in
When that
correlation,
shit work perfect.
come
Kind of
on.
like in that movie,
baby.
in the second Matrix movie. So that dude, his name was Seraph. He was the protector of the Oracle. He had to
Yeah.
go wherever she was because it was
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
trying to kill her. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I'm not gonna say he was an Asian dude, but he took a lot of forms though.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He
Yeah,
took
I mean,
different
yeah.
forms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
He
crazy.
took different forms, but that goes to show you though, like
Uh-huh.
it gotta be a balance. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always 2 or 1 and 1. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because I think that's why it's so acceptable in the music and the imagery that is portrayed to our community to keep that separation, because once
Man.
that unity between black man
That
and
shit
black
gonna be
woman
bananas.
is the norm, because you know now it's all this other extra shit. It's either homeboys want to spend more time with homeboys because homeboys is fucking on homeboys, or you got this whole poly shit where people just don't understand. Like, they want to be like, oh, so if I'm poly, that mean I could fuck with more than one person and they know about
Yeah.
it and it's
But
cool.
see,
But
they-
it's so much more that goes into
It
that.
do.
And people just don't understand, but because it's so trending, you know,
Or
that's
the
the thing
title
that
sounds
society
fancy.
has deemed acceptable for the
Yeah.
moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we always gotta be on the trend, and I don't understand. Like, we so dope. We just talked about how dope our existence is, but yeah, we the ones who put so much timelines and expiration dates on trends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look how it's like FUBU came back. Like, I got a FUBU crop top from Walmart last
cool
night. I
shit.
ain't gonna lie. But if you think about it, like, so we have our brands that we had, FUBU, Coral Canal, Cross Colors, you know, like you said, the shit that we deem valuable and important, like, we cancel it. Like, we always so quick to talk about cancel culture, but black people will cancel a trend in a minute. Meanwhile, Brad and Kent, they've been wearing fucking Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren the whole time, but because we feel like
Fucking
our
Kate
most
Swiss
popular
and shit.
entertainers ain't endorsing it, because
Yeah,
we
then it ain't cool no
sheeple,
more.
we sheeple real bad with that shit.
Yeah.
But you
Then
know what?
we feel like it's out of style, but white people probably been fucking with motherfucking FUBU
You
and
gotta
shit the whole
remember-
time, and we've been clowning them for it, you know what I'm saying? Because we feel like, okay, we're over that.
Yeah.
It's out of style, but
You gotta remember, white people was raised different. Like,
just
when
like
they get
lacrosse,
money, like,
lacrosse
they-
is
they
named
got a
after a
whole
black
different
tennis player.
type
You
of
know
ball
what I'm
game.
saying?
I think it's not even just race. I think it's just class, and it's just certain types of people. There's all
Broke
types of people in
motherfuckers.
this world. Not just broke, but like it's people that really don't give. I know me and many friends who are more likely to get something printed with my name on it than wear somebody else's name. I wear somebody else's
I'm wearing
name.
whatever the fuck look good
I've
on
never
me. Shit,
found-
Exactly.
Coogee, FUBU, fucking K
Walmart.
Swiss, Walmart.
I don't.
Rainbow.
I think wearing Walmart is worse than wearing Versace to me, because
Or the labor that come in behind the product.
because
Well,
of
for-
what Walmart does to community.
Right.
It's a whole
Now,
different
I
level.
agree with you on that.
Because I think the foundation of a successful community is successful small business, and if small businesses
That's not
aren't
scamming.
allowed to flourish,
Yep.
then that totally kills entire communities,
They do. I think they hire all the bogus motherfuckers because
and it becomes subsidized.
that they can fucking put. You know, they can put out an insurance policy on you, so when you die, they can get that money after you die. Even if you quit Walmart, you feel me, for a long ass time, they can still put an insurance policy out on you while you're working for them. And if you pass away, guess what? They get that insurance money.
Their entire corporation is a subsidized corporation because they pay their employees just enough to be able to still claim them as an employee, but just where the employee still requires public assistance.
Yeah.
So they are literally a
My homegirl
subsidized
was talking
corporation.
about that, like
fuck-
how
the most fucked up
they'll
shit
give you
ever.
only a certain
That is
amount of
so
hours
fucked
so
up.
that
Yeah.
you still qualify
teach
for
you-
aid
that
and
is-
shit,
they
and
teach
put
you how
you
to stay
on to the
qualified.
fucking
That
game.
is
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most fucked up shit I've
So
ever
when
But they're
when I
also
say I
fucked
would-
up
I would
because
That's
rather-
so fucked.
you could get
If
carried
really
out of
go deep and
Walmart
think about that
at
shit.
work on a stretcher with fucking ambulance cutting your clothes off so they know your ass is in the hospital and you're fucked up and will fire you for not calling off of work the next day when they know
And
they
still
called
had an
911 to
insurance
come get
policy.
your ass because you fell out.
So
And still had an
and,
insurance
and,
policy
and
on
they
your
don't
motherfucking
really pay
ass.
taxes. So they're a fully subsidized corporation.
That is
and
the
so that
most
is
fucked
why
up
I
shit
hate
ever.
Walmart more than any Walmart, Amazon, and I shop from Amazon, and I really want to stop, but it's so hard.
I can't.
But as a
No,
corp,
I won't.
what they do, what they've done to business, it's just
Damn, I like
It's disgusting.
Amazon.
it's disgusting. And
Like
like
Walmart
Walmart
is
too,
the
'cause
first
they cheap,
company
but-
to for real be a conglomerate and eliminate the middleman. They have their own fucking shipping. Like they don't have other trucking
They
companies
literally, and
hauling
that's
their
why I
shit.
fuck
They
with
have
them
their own
because
trucking.
They not
company.
using USPS. They're not using FedEx. They're not using what's the brown people name?
UPS.
You know
they
what I
not
wanna
using them
create?
niggas either.
You know what I want to create? I want to create a farm to table pipeline of black business. Black on farm, black on trucking,
Yeah.
black on groceries.
Exactly.
That would change the game for every
Hell yeah!
community.
But then
I'm gonna stop this recording right here. I'm
Dang.
gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all.
gotta be